Good morning, Guardians. The Hijabi Gamer here, and let me turn this off. It is Friday, and Zer is in the building. Well, he's in the tower, and it's Friday, and he's got some good stuff. So if you aren't planning on stopping by the tower, I highly recommend you do. He's got good stuff. And I can't believe, again, it's already Friday. The week just flies by. One moment it's Monday, the next moment it's Friday. Wow. I mean, we're already at the middle of January of 2024. Anyway, just the usual reminder, this is Original Destiny. As you can see, the better tower. Original Destiny, Zer is only in the tower for 48 hours. So he arrives for me at 5 a.m. on Friday, and he leaves on Friday a.m. on Sunday. Depends on where you are in the world. And I was able to get on pretty easy. I was surprised. So maybe they did fix things a bit, because it used to be I could not get onto Original Destiny for ages. Now it seems to be working. So, hey, when they get something right, I gotta admit it, they get something right. They seem to have, at least for now, fixed things in Original Destiny. Let me know down in the comments, how are things going in Destiny 2, because honestly, I haven't played Destiny 2 in like 2 months. So, did I miss anything? Anyway, this is how you know he's in the tower. The green mark with, the purple mark with the 9. You see, it even says 9. So, you know, Agent of the 9, mark of the 9. Anyway, we're heading, he's pretty close by, and he's got some decent, no, he doesn't have the Monte Carlo, I know. My Guardian has the Monte Carlo on his back, but it's not the Monte Carlo. Alright? Maybe next week I'll use my PlayStation account. This is my Xbox account. Yes, I have a PlayStation account and an Xbox account, and I have 3 characters on each. So, here he is. These things remind me of Dunkin' Donuts coffee thingies. There's the Red Jack for Crucible. There he is. Alright, and that's cool looking. I forgot some of the stuff we do have. I mean, it's not Warframe level of fashion frame, but we got cool stuff in Destiny. Better than Destiny 2. I know people aren't going to agree with me. Anyway, as I said, we've got some good stuff, or at least one thing you have to have. Anyway, excuse me. Let's start with the weapons. So for the weapons, this is one that you have to have. Red Death and White Witch. Now, White Witch you really don't need. I mean, I'm not a fan of White Witch. This is Steel Witch, which I think looks ridiculously awesome. I know some people like White Witch. I don't know, to me that feels like it would be kind of messy. You know, you're trying to hold your gun in the middle of combat, and it's leaking all over the place. It looks cool, though. I won't deny it, but I like Steel Witch more. Because it's also easier to, you know, I mean, if you're trying to sneak around, a bright white gun will kind of stand out. Anyway, why you need Red Death. Red Death is an awesome weapon. You have to have Red Death. I carry it with me all the time. It's one of the weapons that I will always have with me. So Red Death, okay, has Red Death. Each kill heals you and speeds up reloads. So every time you kill, you get more health. And this is great, for example, when you have exposure in effect. So the modifier exposure basically gives you longer health and shields, stronger health and shields, but it does not regenerate. Well, the way to combat that is Red Death, because even when exposure is in effect, alright, you will heal. Every kill you get with Red Death will heal you, even if there is exposure. So this is great for Nightfalls, or there's a moment in Crota's End where your health does not regenerate. Red Death is great to have. I always carry Red Death. Plus, it's great if you're doing something and you're having difficulty and it heals you. It heals you as you go. So even if you're doing something difficult, you're having difficulty with something, it's great to have. So yeah, highly recommend Red Death. The ornament, if you don't like it, you can dismantle it and get 5 silver dust back, or you can keep it. I mean, I have it. I'm not a big fan of White Witch, but I do have it. I don't have all the ornaments, but yeah. So Red Death, highly recommend it. You definitely need it if you don't have it. Next we have the last. Now, oh yeah, and it does sometimes come up in this spot. There are times when it comes up without the ornament. If you have the silver dust and you don't mind spending it, Red Death is a good weapon to have. Next we have the last word and addendum. I'm not a big last word person. I know a lot of people like the last word. Addendum, I think it looks really nice without any ornaments. The ornament you're getting is this, which also looks pretty cool. Reminds me, you know, pretty cool. Reminds me of Texas and cowboys. Definitely. But I like it like this better. I think it just looks slick and cool. Now, I'm not a big fan of the last word. I'm more of a ace of spades person myself. This is more of a weapon you use when firing from the hip. I can see the benefit. People have commented and told me why. I can see the benefits of it now that people have explained it. Yeah, it makes sense. But I'm still more of an ace of spades person, just because, I mean, ace of spades in Destiny 1 was for hunters only. Yeah, one of the biggest disappointments I got was finding out that you warlocks and titans had access to our weapon. Look, you have the Tlaylock and whatever else it was. You can have those. The ace of spades was ours. It was Cayde 6's gun, and then you took it. And just no words, warlocks and titans. What you weren't happy with the Tlaylock or whatever the other one was called? I think the Tlaylock was for the warlocks, and there was one for the titans. Can't even remember, but I do have it. Maybe I'll show you in the vault, my vault. I do have it. So this is back when there were certain weapons for each class, and ace of spades was for hunters only. Anyway. This weapon's great for aiming from the hip. This is something I do a lot in Warframe, not as much in Destiny. Improved stability and target acquisition when firing from the hip, and even more bonus accuracy when firing from the hip. So you should fire from the hip when you're using the last word. That's what they're saying. Yeah. I said mine's fully unlocked. I like hand cannons. It's okay. I'm not a big fan of it. As I said, I see the benefit to it, but I'm more of a ace of spades person. Righto. So that one isn't that important. You really need Red Death. If you have to choose between the two, I would say go for Red Death. Just go for Red Death. Red Death is really good. Anyway, next we have the Nemesis Star, which is a machine gun. I like machine guns. This isn't mine. Do I have mine with me? That's why it's not unlocked. I did use it for a while. Here it is. This is my Nemesis Star. Fully unlocked. Alright. I used it. There was a while when I went into a phase where I really liked machine guns, because machine guns give you a lot of bullets that hit hard versus one mega bullet from a rocket launcher. So like when I was doing really challenging stuff, it was great to have a machine gun. Also, if you have what's it called? My brain is freezing on it. A match game where you have to match the shields of the enemies, and you have arc, solar, and void. Then you can put like what is it? You could put Zala Supercell here and have arc, solar, and then, or like put a void one here. I have a void. Here's my void. Here we go, void. And then use, well, no, that wouldn't work. But you could use a machine gun. You didn't need to use Nemesis Star, but like you could put a machine gun that's solar. You know what I mean, right? So that's why I liked machine guns for a while, where it's like if I could have all three elements at the same time. You get what I'm saying. I'm not doing it very well. It's early in the morning, okay? Anyway, Nemesis Star. On trigger pull, this weapon's initial burst has a high rate of fire, okay? So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. The problem is I've been playing a lot of Warframe, so. And then spray and play, perfect balance. Strange gravity. When holding down the trigger, range and accuracy increase as rate of fire decreases. Kills grant bonus grenade energy. Which is funny. As I said, I've been playing a lot of Warframe. So I'm looking at it. Kills grant bonus grenade energy. I could just see if this were a Warframe gun, they'd be like, kills grant 25% more grenade energy or something. So it's weird when you play enough Warframe, you now look at Destiny and you're like, kills grant bonus grenade energy. It doesn't even give you the percent. When holding down the trigger range, like it would tell you the range and the percentage of increase of fire rate. So it's like, wow, it's actually very, very vague. Yeah, it's pretty cool though. As I said, I used to like machine guns a lot. Now I use rocket launchers more because, you know, when you're soloing Challenge of the Elders, a rocket launcher sometimes helps better. Anyway, that aside, okay. You got good guns. Pick up Red Death if you can. Highly recommend it. Next we go for the gear. Again, the Legacy Engram to me is just a waste. I know some people get them. If you have an excess of strange coins, you're going to probably get a year one item. You don't always get some of the year one items will unlock the year two. Not always. So it's like, it's overpriced. $29 for a Legacy Engram. For not knowing what you might get. It's worse than Void Relics. All right, now we have for the Titans, we have the Crest of Alpha Lupi. All right, and revive fallen teammates and be revived faster. Supers generate an extra orb. All right, so if you're soloing stuff, this is useless. Absolutely useless. If you're soloing stuff, just don't even waste your time. I mean, you can pick it up because you might join a raid team with me and then need to revive me faster or be revived faster. But other than that, this is a fire team exotic. The extra orb won't do you any good if you're by yourself in Destiny 1. And yeah, so I don't know, I feel kind of disappointed by it, but then I don't know how much better is the revive rate. So comment down below and be like, yeah, this thing goes from 50 seconds to, well, it's not 50 seconds to revive. It's more, it's not, no. But it takes it down to a fraction. Let me know in the comments if this is worth it, Titans. I feel bad for you. I'm sorry, Titans. Next, we have the Lucky Raspberry for the Hunters. And I don't even remember this one. Arc Grenade chains further spawn with full grenade energy. So, yeah, Arc Grenade chains further spawn with full grenade energy. It's great for Blade Dancer. I don't really run Blade Dancer that often. Plus, look, I've said this multiple times. I mean, this is pretty good. Arc chains further, especially if you're dealing with mobs. But I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I think the best for grenades is the Frosties, because you gain faster grenade and melee regeneration. So instead of having to die and respawn, you just run around and and it does make a difference. So I'm not a big fan of Lucky Raspberry. I know there are probably some hunters who are. It's a hunter thing. Let me know in the comments down below if I'm saying some kind of heresy, my brothers and sister hunters. Cool. Finally, we have for the Warlocks, the Astrocyte Verse. Okay. Temporary increase to recovery on Blink. Let me know, Hunter. No, sorry. Let me know, Warlocks. That just feels so sad. Temporary increase to recovery on Blink. What do you think? That just feels so weak and so sad. I'm sorry, Warlocks. This is not your week. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Warlocks. Just correct me if I'm wrong if this feels any good. But I'm feeling, yeah, no. I'm sorry, Warlock. I mean, don't get me wrong. It looks ridiculously awesome. It reminds me of that strike with the Taken guy that you fight. I think it's Morlock. That you go all the way down. You start with all the thrall and his head. If you headshot him, eventually his head explodes. But it's not an explosion because he's taken. And then in order to get to headshots, you still have to shoot where his head is. Yeah, my brain is freezing on his name. I think it starts with an M. But he just looks like a malformed ogre or knight or a combination of the two. Which, given its hive, that's impressive to look just really off. But let me know, Warlocks. I'm sorry. If I could get you a better exotic. Sorry, brothers and sisters, as Warlocks. Anyway, then you have the usual curios. I highly recommend heavy ammo synths. You can never have enough heavy ammo synths. You can never have enough heavy ammo synths. Do not listen to anybody in the comments who says otherwise. You can never have enough. Period. Just fill your entire inventory with heavy ammo synths, then show me pictures on Twitter. Tag me on Twitter with your inventories full of heavy ammo synths at GamerHijabi. I don't really spend a lot of time on Twitter, I will admit it. I think people try to DM me, and the only reason I don't answer at this point is because I'm only on Twitter like once or twice a week. And even when I post something on Twitter, usually it's just me from an external source, like just sharing it onto Twitter. So yesterday, I shared the Gauss Prime trailer and his massacre of all those corpus. My brothers, I will avenge you. But I wasn't on Twitter, so I have no idea how people responded to it because, I don't know, I have a life, I guess. I don't really care for Twitter. Anyway, let's go check out, I said I would show you the weapons. So we have the Ace of Spades for the Hunters. Yes, we do. We have the Ace of Spades for the Hunters. And what do we have for the Warlocks and the Titans? I do have them. I need to clean my vault. It's full of just stuff. Where are my Fourth Horseman? Hardlight. Hardlight's pretty cool. it ricochets. See? It's just fun the way it ricochets stuff all over the place. All right. Patience and Time, Black Spindle, Black Spindle, Hereafter, Chaperone. I remember the Chaperone. There was something about the Chaperone being ridiculously hard at one point to get or something. Lord of Wolves. Here it is. So, Titans, you had the Fabian Strategy, an auto rifle. Kills with this weapon grant bonus damage for a short time. Like I said, if this were Warframe, it'd be like exact percentages. Status kill, 5% chance of critical kill on status chance or something like that. Increased handling stability and rate of fire when enemies are close. Kills automatically reload a portion of the mag. I mean, that's nice. Kills automatically reload a portion of the mag. That I like. Life support. Kills with this weapon while critically wounded have a chance to start regenerating health. Yeah, that's on Suros Regime. That's on Suros Regime. Kills with this weapon grant bonus damage for a short time. So, not that bad. Not that bad at all. No, I won't say it's bad, Titans. But this is your gun. Fabian Strategy. You had to take hours. The Ace of Spades, when you could have had Fabian Strategy. An auto rifle. Auto rifles are cool. All right. So that's the Titan one. And the Warlocks had the Tlaylock. See? Requires Warlock class. See, it says requires Titan class. Requires Warlock class. The Tlaylock, which was a scout rifle. I don't remember it. I did remember using it at one point because obviously I unlocked it. This weapon has better handling, rate of fire, and stability while the weirder super is charged. Okay. Kills with this weapon reduce the cooldown of your grenade. Oh. Okay. I'm sorry, Warlocks. This is definitely not your week. But then I will admit, I've been playing a lot of Warframe, and honestly, the more I play Warframe, the more I look at Destiny's exotics and I want to cry. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are some decent exotics in Destiny. Galahorn with cluster bombs and tracking. But then I think of some of the guns I just have in Warframe, and I'm like, they look cooler, they shoot cooler, they have so many more perks, and you can just keep adding mods and changing them. It's kind of sad the more I think about it. Like, I've been messing around with the Fenmore and the Latum, which have 2 firing modes. And it's just, anyway, that's just me. Just out of curiosity before I head out, Diablo 4's been sending me a ridiculous amount of ads for the next season. If you play Diablo 4, comment down below. Should I log back in? And finally finish the campaign? Is it true what they're saying? I mean, look, I've been just getting a ridiculous amount of ads for Diablo 4. Like, more than I've ever gotten before. At least I'm not getting ads for Pampers. Or, other really odd stuff that just, I don't even understand why I'm getting ads for it. Anyway, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. As I said, let me know. Diablo 4. Have you played Warframe? Am I wrong about these exotics? I'm sorry, Warlocks. I really am very, very sorry, Warlocks. This is not your week. And did you pick up Red Death? Because it's a good weapon to have. You need Red Death. Yes. Or have you picked up Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown? I've heard good things about it. Go.